of police officers, my challenge to you all is to make sure you make time to make memories.
Making memories and remembering. Those words from Trooper Pelletier's wife, Dominique Pelletier, as she spoke at his funeral service today. Law enforcement from all over the nation came to pay their final respects to Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier, who was killed by a hit-and-run driver. His tragic death brought many to tears, and now at 4, our team coverage continues to honor Trooper Pelletier, who was known as much for his kindness and smile as he was for his bravery. Both Channel 3's Susan Raff and Aya Galal are in Hartford, where the funeral took place today, and we begin with Eyewitness News reporter Susan Raff live at the Xfinity Theater, where the service was held. Susan.
You can just imagine, really, how emotional this service was. You have a young state trooper, and he leaves behind a wife and 2 small children, only ages 3 and 5. And that emotion was felt everywhere, outside the Xfinity Theater and inside. Trooper Pelletier went to work last Thursday and never came home. He was killed by a hit-and-run driver, a driver who has admitted to police that he took drugs while he was driving. But today, this was a day to honor Trooper Aaron Pelletier. And as soon as the hearse carrying his casket came into the parking lot here at the Xfinity Theater, you could see the overwhelming amount of support. There were salutes from every law enforcement officer in this parking lot, and there were canine officers. Trooper Pelletier was a canine officer, but perhaps the most emotional and heartbreaking moment was when Dominique Pelletier, his wife, had the courage to stand up and talk about her husband, a man of integrity, she says, and who was a wonderful father.
The light in his eyes when he saw Troy hit a baseball for the first time was like nothing I have ever seen. Whether small feats to big, he was proud to have his 2 boys carry on the Pelletier name. To my honey, you weren't just my husband. You were my home. You were my heart. You were my safe place and my provider.
When Dominique Pelletier finished speaking, every single person who was at this funeral service got up and applauded her. Many were crying, and we saw state police troopers and also police officers visibly shaken. We also saw the family leave, and the 2 young sons solemnly get in a car and head to the cemetery. This is a really tough day for a lot of people in Connecticut. This was a local family. He was from Southington. People really like Trooper Pelletier. And coming up on Eyewitness News at 5, how his impact or his death has impacted this family and law enforcement. Plus, he also received 2 medals today. We are live in Hartford. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.